Andrew Huberman begins by highlighting how the lymphatic system, often overlooked compared to the cardiovascular or nervous systems, is vital to both immediate and long-term health. While many might associate lymphatics with fringe wellness practices, such as lymphatic massage, jade rollers, or rebounding on trampolines, these actions have a scientifically grounded role in supporting lymphatic function. Contrary to its somewhat obscure reputation, the lymphatic system plays critical roles in clearing cellular waste and regulating immune responses, making it indispensable for human health. Huberman underscores that inadequate lymphatic function can lead to the accumulation of cellular waste and excess fluid in tissues, creating conditions ripe for inflammation and infection, which can have cascading effects throughout the body. A particular example of this impact is seen in the appearance of the face after poor sleep, where swelling and bags under the eyes are partially a result of impaired lymphatic clearance. Improving lymphatic health is therefore essential not only for systemic wellness, but also for maintaining a fresh, vibrant appearance. To appreciate the lymphatic system's role, Huberman first reviews the basics of the cardiovascular system. The heart pumps oxygenated blood through arteries to tissues, delivering essentials like oxygen, glucose, and hormones. The blood then transitions through smaller vessels called arterioles and capillaries, where nutrients cross into a tissue's interstitial space to nourish cells. During cellular metabolism, waste products such as carbon dioxide and ammonia are generated and expelled back into the interstitial fluid. While some waste returns directly to the blood via venous capillaries, a significant amount of excess fluid and metabolic debris remains in the interstitial space. This is where the lymphatic system becomes indispensable. It clears the excess fluid and waste left behind to maintain tissue function. Without this drainage, fluids would accumulate, causing swelling and potentially fostering an environment prone to infection and chronic inflammation. Lymphatic vessels are an extensive network of one-way tubes found throughout the entire body, from the toes to the brain. Unlike the cardiovascular system, the lymphatic system lacks a central pump like the heart. Instead, lymph moves passively and depends heavily on movement and muscular contractions to flow against gravity back toward the heart. This passive mechanism is why physical activity significantly supports lymphatic circulation. The vessels carry lymph, a sticky fluid rich in proteins, white blood cells, and metabolic waste. Because these vessels only allow movement in one direction, from peripheral tissues toward the subclavian veins near the collarbones, the lymphatic system efficiently collects and directs fluid back into the circulatory system. Key structures like lymph nodes serve as checkpoints where immune cells inspect the lymph to detect infections or contaminants. Since the lymphatic system lacks a heart-like pump, body movements are crucial in propelling lymph through vessels and preventing stagnation. Simple daily activities such as walking, climbing stairs, and even minor muscle contractions activate the muscular pump that moves lymph fluid. Huberman recommends aiming for about 7,000 steps daily to maintain good lymphatic flow, noting that lack of movement contributes to sluggishness and the sensation of heaviness in limbs due to fluid accumulation. Certain exercises, including cardiovascular activities, rebounding on trampolines, swimming, and treading water, particularly enhance lymphatic drainage thanks to their repetitive muscle contractions and pressure changes. These activities stimulate both superficial and deeper lymphatic vessels, helping move stagnated fluid and waste products upward toward the heart despite the downward pull of gravity. Huberman emphasizes the often underestimated role of diaphragmatic breathing in promoting lymph flow. By fully engaging the diaphragm, allowing the belly to expand on inhalation, this technique creates internal pressure differentials, especially around the cisterna chyli, a significant lymphatic reservoir in the abdomen. This pressure dynamic encourages lymph to move from peripheral vessels into central ducts and eventually back into the blood supply. Even just a few deep diaphragmatic breaths, performed several times throughout the day, notably facilitate lymphatic drainage, especially when movement, such as during long periods of sitting or air travel. This simple, accessible tool not only aids systemic waste clearance, but can also reduce swelling and improve the general sensation of lightness in the limbs. Discussing lymphatic massage, Huberman highlights that this therapy uses very gentle touch, distinct from deep tissue massage. The intent is to avoid collapsing delicate lymphatic capillaries and nodes while encouraging lymphatic flow through light rubbing, tapping, and gentle patting movements. Despite the popularity of various commercial tools like jade rollers, effective lymphatic massage should be performed carefully, especially avoiding applying pressure directly on lymph nodes where immune activity is underway. Research supports lymphatic massage predominantly in managing lymphedema, a condition of fluid buildup often seen after cancer treatments that impair lymph node function. While self-massage can be beneficial, professional guidance is recommended to ensure proper technique and flow direction are maintained, underscoring the complexity and precision required for effective lymphatic care. Beyond fluid drainage, the lymphatic system is integral to immune defense. Lymph nodes distributed throughout the body serve as checkpoints, where immune cells, including T cells and B cells, monitor lymph fluid for pathogens and foreign particles. These immune cells detect infections such as viruses and bacteria, orchestrating immune responses by producing antibodies and mobilizing other immune components. Swollen or tender lymph nodes often signal active immune engagement and are commonly felt during illness. Huberman cautions against massaging or excessively pressing swollen nodes, as disturbing immune activity could impede natural infection-fighting processes. The survey and filtration functions of the lymph nodes are critical for preventing systemic spread of infections and maintaining overall immune vigilance. Lymphedema occurs when lymphatic drainage is impaired, leading to chronic swelling due to the buildup of fluid and waste in tissues. This condition frequently arises from surgical or radiation therapies that damage lymph nodes and vessels, particularly in cancer patients. Huberman details how lymphedema progresses through stages, from slight asymptomatic swelling to severe and sometimes permanent tissue thickening and inflammation, which can cause pain and increase infection risk. Management of lymphedema often requires ongoing lymphatic massage and mechanical interventions, like compression boots that cyclically squeeze limbs to stimulate lymph flow. Encouraging daily movement and hydration also plays a role in preventing worsening symptoms. Importantly, understanding lymphedema highlights the essential balance the lymphatic system maintains between fluid clearance, immune control, and tissue health. A groundbreaking discovery in 2012 revealed that the brain has its own lymphatic-like clearance system, the glymphatic system, which serves to remove metabolic waste products from brain tissue. This system operates alongside cerebrospinal fluid circulation and uses specialized glial cells, particularly astrocytes, that regulate fluid flow around cerebral blood vessels. During sleep, the spaces around these vessels expand to facilitate waste clearance, a process tightly linked to brain health and cognitive function. This glymphatic clearance is crucial to preventing brain fog and reducing the accumulation of toxic proteins associated with neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Huberman stresses that insufficient sleep impairs this system, explaining why both cognition and facial appearance degrade after poor rest. Thus, sleeping well, particularly side sleeping, supports glymphatic flow and overall brain vitality. Sleep quality and position are vital for maximizing brain lymphatic drainage. Huberman points out that sleeping on one side is superior to back or stomach sleeping for enhancing glymphatic flow, a conclusion supported by animal studies and emerging human data. Side sleeping positions facilitate more efficient clearing of interstitial brain fluid, potentially improving cognitive performance and reducing morning facial puffiness. Additional measures to enhance this clearance include elevating the head slightly during sleep to counteract gravitational forces against lymph flow. Avoiding alcohol and other sleep disruptors the night before is also critical, as they interfere with REM sleep and glymphatic efficiency. Integrating these simple strategies can dramatically improve both sleep quality and the brain's ability to detoxify overnight. Exercise, particularly cardiovascular activity, plays a multifaceted role in supporting lymphatic health. Beyond enhancing general movement-driven lymph flow, aerobic exercise promotes lymphangiogenesis, the growth of new lymphatic vessels, especially in the heart. This vascular remodeling reduces inflammation in aging cardiac tissue, helping maintain heart function and contributing significantly to exercise's known benefits for longevity. Moreover, physical activity enhances glymphatic clearance in the brain during subsequent sleep, providing a direct link between exercise, sleep quality, and brain health. Huberman emphasizes that these lymphatic benefits of exercise complement other well-known mechanisms like increased neurotrophic factors and improved metabolism, reinforcing regular movement as a cornerstone of optimal health. Hydration is fundamental for lymphatic fluid balance, as adequate blood volume sustains flow dynamics in lymphatic vessels. Huberman recommends regular water intake throughout the day to maintain proper sodium balance and blood volume, which in turn supports lymphatic drainage and prevents fluid retention. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive and physical performance by disrupting lymphatic circulation. Exposure to long-wavelength light, such as red and near-infrared light from sunrise or sunset sunlight, or specialized light devices, can also improve lymphatic health. This light penetrates skin and stimulates mitochondrial function in skin and vascular cells, reducing inflammation and promoting improved circulation. Such benefits extend to enhanced lymphatic performance in skin and underlying tissues, supporting both health and appearance. This facet connects natural environmental factors with physiological maintenance of the lymphatic system.